Welcome to Atlanta, where I guess there are no Germans in Atlanta because we lost in overtime to the Colts in heartbreaking fashion. I'm your host Red Rocket, joined by my man of the Army Parker Reason. This is the Falcons Faithful podcast. Hard to stay faithful after some of the things we've been seeing all season and talking about, but it's the life of a Falcon fan, right?
Indeed, indeed. This is nothing new to me. I didn't even bat an eye last Sunday. I smiled at the screen, knowing that we still won't fire Raheem.
Yes, everyone is still intact after Germany, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. Um, and the Falcons, man, it was a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but you know, not good out here. Michael Penix showing his immobility right out of the gate, fumbling. Turnovers have not been an issue, so I'm not going to slug him as much. But even when the O line's good, you got to have some mobility, and he just can't. We just don't see that with him and Jonathan Taylor. Big game for him. Zeke puts it in the end zone. I've been seeing stuff as we'll see throughout the game. Our defensive numbers and defense perception, I feel like, isn't going to be remembered as well this season at the end, just because of some of the points we've given up and rushing
And
yards
the injuries
and the
that have been
injuries.
happening.
But the offense doesn't stay on the field, so it hurts the defensive look because they're always on the field. They can't rest.
Yeah, man, there's only so much that London and Bijan can do for this offense. Penix has not looked like the guy we drafted or the guy we saw flashes of last year. The O-line's hurt to hell. And then when the defense does come on, they're hurt to hell, but they're still holding it strong until the end of the game. They just can't keep it up forever, man. This
Yeah.
team can't be a stamina team.
Exactly. We're not used to that. Can't let up a catch like that in the secondary. Got to pat it down. Come on, boys. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor might be the MVP. So considering he did what he did against us, I'm not, too mad about it. Even though his big long run, we should have tagged him down. But yeah, Michael just it's the same time where Kirk started to hit his funk last year, and it's just not been you know, now we did go down the field near the end to put us in a winning position. So kind of that's on the defense then. But there are
Mhm.
multiple times where Michael, nice touch on the ball there for Drake London, who, by the way, has had another great game. You might be the biggest Drake London guy I know.
I am. I am. He's Julio incarnate. Potentially could be better in his own way. I'm a big Drake
Yeah,
London guy. I said he was the best receiver in the draft over Garrett Wilson, over all the other guys, and I still stand by that to this day.
great pick by Jesse
Probably the
Bates.
best, even a bigger bright spot on this team right now than Bijan is.
I think so too, just because the way we're using Bijan makes me frustrated. But yeah, we had turnover. We had 6 sacks. We had Danny Dimes fumble, and then a pick there by Jesse Bates. So the defense man is showing up, and I saw a stat somewhere it said this is like the third game where another great sack, forced fumble by James Pearce
Hmm.
Jr. looking like a great pick, an
Dude,
amazing
yeah.
pick. I'm gonna pull up his stats in a minute, but
James Pierce and Jalen Walker could potentially in the next few years when they've settled into the league, they matured as players, they could genuinely be the best line duo we've ever had in Atlanta. Like I'm talking like Grady Jarrett, prime Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones level of good, maybe even better.
yeah, and that
We
touchdown run
haven't,
you
yeah,
just
we have
blew
not
up.
had that since like that playmaking ability on the defensive line since Deion
Yeah,
and Grady have been here at once.
we're a we're a D tackle away from being a top 5 defense in the NFL. I'd
Hmm.
say we're top 10, but why couldn't have we made the move for Quinn Williams like the Cowboys did? You know what I mean? Like I know we're bargaining first round picks, but our whole team is young and our game plan is for the future. I don't think we're bailing out Penix until at the end of next season if it comes to that. But like,
I don't
like
know. I think when you look at it, it's like we're already kind of having a bad season. I think a lot of people have given up in the front office already. If you look at if you look at the way they're playing, and I think a lot of them have given up already, and they want to secure a future, and they weren't willing to give up a first or even a second round pick for a top guy
There's
on a
Drake
year that
London.
probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, then there
Beautiful,
goes Drake
beautiful man,
London destroying Sauce.
absolutely beautiful
Kind
man.
of an overpay in that trade, in my opinion. But like, you know,
Absolutely, it wasn't even worth a first round pick,
but
in
here's
my
where the
opinion.
season gets summed up right here. We take the lead. Our defense has been playing, given the position, gave up one big run to JT. Outside of that, they had 14 points. Outside that one big run, they've been playing pretty good. We just let them chip away. They come and make the field goal, and then we come out in overtime, do a three and out. Penix has been underthrown and overthrown people all game for no reason in very clean pockets. Like right here, look at this. No mobility, can't even
No
escape.
awareness.
Yeah, he
Thing
came
is,
right down the
it's
gut.
like I don't know, man. I was never high on Penix. Like I always thought he could be good, but I was never too high on drafting him in the first place, especially among the other quarterbacks in that draft. And it's just I don't want to be like, for instance, our dads and be like, oh, he sucks, he's not going to be good, and but it's just hard to think like by this point you got to stop with those mistakes. You
I
know, you should
agree.
have a decent throwing motion. You should not be like you should not be making the same mistakes. Where is our quarterbacks coach helping fix him the basic stuff? Because he still looks like he does in college, and that's not
Yeah,
in a good way.
especially with the way we are calling plays on offense and things are just so stagnant. I mean, we tried to run the ball. Bijan got 17 carries. Tyler Algier got 11. Ended up getting two scores. Bijan just wasn't as explosive as you might think. Only caught two balls for 4 yards. But the offense has become so predictable. You know what I mean? Outside Drake London,
Hmm.
who can be a real difference maker, we've got no one out there. Darnell Mooney had a big drop, but he's also being overthrown. I don't know where that connection went. I mean, he had it with Kirk. I don't think we really get the solid see it with whatever. I still think London and Penix is a top five quarterback wide receiver duo right now.
Yeah.
Um,
How can you say he's not? Penix or not Penix? London is arguably top three receiver right now.
yeah, but
Definitely top five on the year.
then it comes down to Penix, man. 12 for 28, 177, a touchdown, three sacks. I think definitely the most sacks he's taken in a game all season. But like 12 for 28, I think what I am thinking what we need to start doing is, at least until Penix improves, is he needs to be like a Jalen Hurts, where we only
Mm.
try to let him throw the ball 20 times, especially with our receiving core. And then half of that can go to Drake and then Bijan and anyone else. Like I know people are not liking the run on the first two downs and then we have to throw on third. But we're getting in these situations where we have to throw the ball with Penix and he just can't do it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Hasn't at least consistently. First game of the season against the Bucks, he's done that. They don't have a great defense. Colts have a pretty good defense, but I just think there's no creativity in the play calling, and I think we have to go more run heavy than pass heavy.
Mm.
You know, we rushed for 130, 40 something yards. So we did what we had to do, run the ball, but it came down to Penix had to throw it, and we can't reliably trust on him just yet. This is still I think this is game 16. No, no, no. I think this is game like 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're still haven't seen a full season, but I just cannot believe we didn't make a move at the deadline for a
I
wide
don't know.
receiver.
At this point, another loss basically means completely out of playoffs if we're not already.
Oh
Just let
yeah,
him play the rest of the year. Just fix what you can, and if there isn't a leap next year, that's when we should start getting concerned about him being the guy.
yeah.
I'm
This
trying
is
not to get too ahead of myself right now, but if he comes in next year and we're 5 games in the year and we see nothing's really changed, or even if nothing's really changed by the end of the year, I'm gonna be just a little concerned.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
concerned.
just let him go this weekend. at home against the Panthers is definitely a must win. If you don't win, the season's over. We'll talk about that near at the end. But yeah, the Harrison's brothers have been doing good. They're not related, but Ronnie Harrison, man, he gets a sack, he gets a tackle for loss. Zach Harrison has been coming along really nice this season with a sack, and a QB pressure there. So defense doing their thing. Yeah, not much else to say about the game. Another crushing Falcons loss, back to back weeks where at times, if not most of the game, we play better than the team we're facing and then lose. So
Hmm.
it's just that is Falcons
Against
football.
two top teams in the NFL right now, too. The
Yeah,
two best records in the
we
NFL.
let up 3 touchdowns to JT. I mean, outside that one big run, he still had like over 100. So I mean, he's the MVP. We
Yeah.
probably just propped up his MVP campaign, but it's I'm gonna pull up some stats here because I think that it's important to talk about James Pearce Jr. and because at this point, a lot of people are looking ahead. Oh, Saints won a game. We're out of it for the 1 seed, but we traded our first round pick, so we don't have that luxury. But
I mean,
James,
all honestly, I'll take James Pearce Jr. as our first round this year. Like,
exactly, like
I'm okay with that if the fact we didn't get one this year.
James Pearce Jr. has been looking insane. I'm trying to pull up the trade details for the Rams trade because it's not complete yet. Because the Rams have our first round pick this year. We have, we ended up getting James Pearce Jr. and um Xavier Watts out of it. Here we go. I found it. It looks like this. So we ended up getting James Pearce Jr., who currently has 9 tackles, uh, a sack and a half, a QB hit, 17 hurries, 2 tackles for loss, of forced fumble, fumble recovery, and a pass breakup on 50. He's only played 50% of the snaps,
I
and
didn't, yeah, I didn't realize
he's
we also got Xavier Watts out of this.
yes, we got
That's
Xavier
even
Watts out of
better.
that trade, who has two
Probably the
picks
best rookie safety,
easily, and
easily.
really helped that back end, especially with Bates, who's slowly aging. But
Hmm.
you know, Walker's only gonna get Pierce is only gonna get better. This is 50% of the stats, and he does way more than what these stats show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, we'll see who the Rams get. My guess is they take a quarterback, who are very hit or miss in the first round. So we could come in the end of the day winning this trade.
absolutely.
I mean, I think I liked it then. I think I like it even more now, just with the way we're improving and Pierce is
Hmm.
improving, and I think that the offseason will be less fun just because we don't have that first round pick to get behind. But I think it's you know one of those
Yeah.
things. Just another stats that pop out. Falcons have converted uh 3 third downs in the last 3 games. They're 3 for 29. It's just one of those things where that comes down to offensive play calling, head coaching. Something's got to change there. 3 third downs in 3 games. That's why we've lost all three. If we convert two in the last 3 games, we maybe win those. It's it's honestly unacceptable. I cannot believe they're both after that loss. Especially how the well we played, and then we took the lead and still lost. I can't believe we haven't
Yeah.
canned anyone. You know, which stinks. But that is the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Well, any last thoughts on this game? I mean, same old, same old.
It's just same old, man. We could have beaten the top two AFC teams back to back and just couldn't get a job done. It comes down to coaching. As much as I hate Raheem, this is Zach Robinson needs to go more than anything. Um, the only bright spot on our coaching staff all year has been Ulbrich.
Yeah,
It's hard when you have the worst feeling in sports is we felt this with the Braves last year too. Not the season's over. So when you know you have the team that could genuinely go far, possibly even win it all, but coach basic things like just not having the right guy at the head of the helm holds your team back.
yeah,
And that's been the motto for the last since the Super Bowl. We've had teams that could compete, and Arthur Smith, Dan Quinn, now Raheem Morris, it's just held us back year after year after year. And what sucks even more is when you look at all the guys who were hired. Raheem was hired before any of these other coaches. Mike McDonald, Harbaugh, Vrabel, Belichick went to North Carolina, and then there was one more who's doing really good, Ben Johnson. All those guys have winning records. I don't think any of those coaches have more than 3 losses this year, except for Belichick, but he's in college now. But who knows what Belichick could have done with us? We interviewed every single one of them, and we hired Raheem Morris before any of them got hired. I just want that everyone. I just want that to sink in. Arthur's Arthur Blank is just he says he wants to win one before he dies and he wants to take it serious, but it's hard to believe he's taking it serious and he's not just settling by taking the easy oh I know him pick.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's it just sucks. But yeah, real quickly, we'll go into Panthers preview. I mean, nothing simple about it. Better team, better players. I know the Panthers are 5-5. They've gotten lucky a couple times, beating on some terrible teams. So they're
they're
five
gonna
and
beat us.
five. The Bucks are 6-3. Thing is, if we steal two of these last three games, or even one of these last two, like we're not out of it. The Bucks, like they've got the Bills coming up, and they just lost to the Patriots. They've got someone else, and they're hurt. Like the if we would have won some of these games, we'd be right in the division race, and all of this would be different. But we're just choking away.
I don't know.
So
It's possible, but one more loss is
yeah, season's over. This is a must win. If we lose this game, season's over. 3-7. I'm officially hanging it up. I'm saying we're done, and I'm the optimist.
well, what's your prediction?
We host the Panthers. We have a better team, right? We might not have a better coaching staff. I hope we'd have a better owner. David Tepper is a terrible owner. Better players, better talent. So naturally, we're gonna lose, right? No, I think we come out and we win. It might be close, even though Bryce Young barely throws for 100 yards a game. I think we win, pretty convincingly, as the Falcons can. What do you think?
Ah. I just have no faith in our team and losing to the Panthers. When's the last time? No, 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 no. When's the last time we've lost to the Panthers 2 games a year in a
Looking
year?
it up right now.
Because this cannot happen. Because there was a long time when we had such a win streak over the Panthers, like even when we sucked, we'd beat the shit out of the Panthers. I'll take us in a close game. We're somehow gonna make Bryce Young look like a fucking superstar, and Panthers fans are gonna swear he's Jesus Christ incarnate, and they're gonna think Ted McMillan is the next Julio Jones. But we're gonna make him look really good. But we're gonna win it by I think 2 scores. I'll say.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Penix makes us think he's good, and then we're just really not sure. But
yeah. We keep reviving Bryce Young's career. The last time the Panthers swept Atlanta was in 2013.
Jesus Christ.
So it's if we lose, I think everyone should be fired. There's no excuse. They're 5-5. They're not 5-5. Watch their games. You know how last week I said we're not playing bad football? The Panthers are playing bad football and somehow winning games. I just
Mhm.
don't get it. I just don't get it. It is now time for us to do something we need to make weekly is go to Falcons Reddit. And oh boy. We've got something good today. I'm gonna put my audio on to make sure you can hear it, Parker.
Mm.
Um, we have an interview today from Michael Penix Jr. Listen, you hear it?
No,
You don't hear it?
no, I do not.
Dang.
No do-rag. He's making a change.
Oh no,
Maybe the do-rag was cutting off the blood flow to his fucking
bro,
brain.
the
Maybe now
dude,
he can throw a football correctly.
the do rag is underneath the beanie. What are you talking about? We should. I want to wear. I want to be good so I can wear the do rag. Like I wanna wear the do rag. Um, you can't hear it.
No, but you can tell me what he says.
Okay, well, I have what he says right here. You see the screen?
Uh-huh.
He goes, he says, I don't have anyone on the field who coaches me at quarterback. And the context of the question was that is there anyone on the field you can go on and off to ask like advice? He says off the field he goes as a fiance, who I'm sure knows a lot about football. And then he goes on the field, he literally has nobody. That came out of our first round quarterback.
The closest thing to a quarterback coach he has is Kirk fucking Cousins.
But that's not Kirk's job.
It's not. What is it?
Unbelievable. There's the third down stat I talked about. But the fact that we can't, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not ready to give up on Penix
I'm not ready
because
either, but it's I
all
never
these other
want.
guys that went different places, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sucks because you really don't want to be the guy who got the one bum out of the you know batch,
Yeah.
But
Love this picture. Raheem
love
is a
it,
clown. The interview he did with 99 the game after the game was like saying, we got to find a way. Bro, you got to find a way out of.
bro.
How's he
You know
not found a
what's
way out of a
you know
job?
what you know what I love more than anything is every time we lose a game on Falcons Instagram, they'll start posting the inspirational quotes again.
Yeah.
That's how I know we're back.
That's how you know we're back. Remember this? Adrian Claiborne, 6 sacks against the Cowboys. What a day. 8 years ago? What season was that?
I think that was 2016. No,
No,
2018.
that 2018. Oh, we were
Stupid.
that was beginning of the thing. Look at those jerseys.
It was the
Wow.
beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end.
Ah,
Um,
beautiful jerseys.
Raheem Morris is relieved to hear that he continue his coaching duties. I never liked in the first place. Uh-oh, Falcons receivers. Send all your defenders. It won't be enough to stop me. Whoa, that ball hit my hands really hard. That is true. Drake London. Now okay, so someone
We
said
could really
something.
use a Ray McLeod right now.
Yeah, maybe Ray Ray no, maybe Ray Ray McCloud knew
I
something we
think we
don't.
were judging him too harshly. I think he knew what fraud Raheem was, and that they fired the receivers coach, who he was really close with,
Yeah,
because who did good last year. They fired him as a scapegoat, and he knew what fraud Raheem was, and that's why he left. I know I'll never agree with just quitting
yeah.
if something doesn't go your way, but I think he did know something we didn't. So he's still a bitch, but I it would have been nice to have him.
It just, I don't know. The Kyle Pitts throw there at the end of the game. I've seen people be on both sides saying, "Oh, Pitts should have made a better thing for the ball." The ball was underthrown and hit the defender's helmet,
Yeah,
like behind him.
he was trying to like look back and slow down so he could at least knock it out because it looked like he was more focused on making sure the two defenders in double coverage couldn't intercept the ball that was just
Well, if
lofted up
if
there.
Michael, the great deep ball thrower that he is, allegedly throws it right, it's a touchdown. And I know he's underthrown sometimes to Drake London, and he's caught those with his big hands, but that's just the power of Drake London right there.
Yeah.
But like Pitts isn't he was never good. It was never about his hands. It was about his athleticism and his the abilities he can do. Same with Darnell Mooney. It's about his speed.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing about Pitts this year is I feel like he stopped trying after his rookie year. This is the first year I feel like he started trying, but the QB play has just been abysmal. It
Yeah.
just flat out. And, there was like a few really good games, but like now I just feel like there's nothing you can really do. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Those are the inspirational quotes I live for after we lose a game.
What happened to the brotherhood? That is Atlanta Falcons football. Raheem hates his brothers, I guess. I don't know. Bring it back. Um, Drake London and the Falcons third down woes. I just run the routes I'm given.
God, I love him so much.
I mean, good answer, franchise answer. Get in your
Please never
jersey.
leave
Please
us.
never leave. I cannot believe at one point I was saying we should have Garrett Wilson over him. Garrett Wilson's been injury prone.
And I never backed it up.
And
I
Garrett
never
Wilson's
backed
been
it up.
great, but Drake is so steady. And at first, early on, he couldn't separate. Now he is. And he's becoming one of those guys where it's just like, bro, put it up and I'm going to make a catch, like D Hop was in his
Best,
prime.
is it? I don't think it's crazy to say he has the best overall hands in the league. The
No.
second that ball comes in contact with his hand, It's not leaving. He is the best overall hands in the league.
It looks
It
like
makes up for everything else.
people are confused on Terry Fontenot's role. You know, he has to go with Raheem because he fired Raheem. But the James Pierce thing move, I'm not mad. This draft class, I'm not mad. It's kind of the ones before.
It sucks because with him, he'll make some masterclass move or like three really good moves, and you're like, whoa, this is looking pretty good. And then he'll go do something stupid like sign Kirk Cousins to a large deal and then go draft a quarterback right after.
It's we'll do more of this in the offseason stuff because it's like a lot of what ifs. But like, yeah, it's some of the big swings that just did not hit. Like, think about it. Algier had 2 touchdowns yesterday, and I said earlier that man, if we had a good D tackle, we probably beat the Colts in our top 5 defense. What if we just took Jalen Carter instead of Bijan?
I love Bijan to death, but I said we shouldn't have drafted him.
Same. I love Bijan, and he could have went to the Eagles right after, and he could have done amazing things. They probably still win the Super Bowl because he fills Saquon's roles. Because I think he's a better player right now than Saquon. But bro, Jalen Carter back at home with that defense with these two young guys right there,
Hmm.
and he's a Georgia boy. That's another thing in brotherhood. Whatever happened to doing bringing home Georgia prospects? That's what
Yeah.
the Eagles are doing, and it
Would
works.
we have Walker and Pierce though? That's the thing. Or would we even need one or the other at
We
this point?
still, I mean, yeah, who knows? D'Angelo Malone is ready to go to IR. Rip. Um,
Who? Why do we have
hey man,
fans?
and we let go. We let bro. We probably had more fans show up there than we had in fucking the Benz the past couple weeks. How they played. We
Mhm.
let our German fans down, Mister Find a Way. I'm actually. Is there anything one step closer to get Raheem fired? We thought we're 9 games into the season. Do we have a single clip or still of Raheem or Zach huddled up on sidelines talking to players? Why is Penix always looking at the iPad by himself?
We're killing his development.
In Brotherhood, that
We're killing his
it's right.
development. Why aren't we coaching this guy up?
At
Nothing has
least
changed.
exactly. If we're gonna bring on a defensive coordinator, bring on one that's also a leader of men. Dan Campbell. Dennis Allen was a D coordinator, could not lead men.
Jeff Ulbrich is a leader of men.
Jeff
I would have
Ulbrich.
taken him as a head coach over Raheem. At this point, fire Raheem and just give it to Jeff for the rest of the year. And if we can somehow do really good, I know I say young offensive head coach, but F it, man. If he does really good, let's see. You know, I'm that close, bro. I'm
Fire
that
him,
close.
let him see or let him stay around, man. Like,
I think he will. He built this defense from the ground up. He wants to see it through because a guy like him probably may want a head coaching job somewhere.
see, I don't agree with this. Jags trading both 2025, 2026 first rounders and 2025 second for Travis Hunter versus us. Travis, they don't really know how to use him. So why spend all that capital? Sure, it'll be a better pick
I
for
don't
the
think he
Browns than
should.
us, but we
Yeah.
the trade is not that bad. If anything,
Yeah.
it's a great trade. Probably will end up being a win-win, because not like we're going to use this pick on a quarterback, which the Rams might. So it's like,
I disagree. I don't think. I think if they drafted someone else, I don't think Travis Hunter should have won the Heisman. I don't think Travis Hunter is a top receiver or a top corner. I think he was just average at both, and he put up good stats at both, and that's why he won the Heisman. He's not worth a first round pick. So I do agree with that meme.
interesting.
I'm a hater. Hater at heart.
Um, Thoughts on bringing on Justin Tucker? Obviously not a great PR move, and he definitely was not accurate 2024. But if Zane doesn't work out by the end of the year, I don't think this would be a terrible move to get arguably the best kicker in recent years a second chance with the Falcons. This is kind of
No, I
the
think too
same
much comes
thing.
with that. I
Yeah.
th One, I think we should just go ahead and give Rodrigo Blankenship another chance. Why not? The
Hmm.
fans want it. He's like the one guy I feel like you can just take a chance on and not know what you're gonna get, and the fans, since most of them are Georgia fans, are gonna love it. You
Yeah.
know? And two, I don't know if signing the freaking CTE OCD kicker was a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't tap his toes 4 times before he kicked the ball and he messes it up.
Yeah.
I don't need a mental disorder kicker. Anyway,
Yeah. Rodrigo, anyone, like I said, it's you can get kickers anywhere, I said last week. So I mean, get a soccer player. I'm being honest. And he's old, so
that. We're Hawaii fans. Look at that one Japanese kicker who never kicked a football before the year. Now he's like 24 consecutive goals.
Exactly.
Kickers
So
can
it
be found anywhere. He might get
exactly.
drafted.
It's not that hard. Make the
Hmm.
freaking kick. And last thing before we do a fun game because we're under 10 minutes to go. Yeah, man, closing the Georgia Dome, NFC champions. I'm gonna ask you now. When do you think? When do you think the next time it'll be when we go back to the Super Bowl? How long?
I don't know. I mean, if fate has it with like the Atlanta Braves and us, our dads saw a Super Bowl at a certain time in their life and a World Series at a certain time in their life. And it took them a long time when they had kids in their teenage years to reach both again. I
Yeah,
don't want to say it, but 20 years from now, maybe.
20
I,
years with this young core.
if the Braves can win a World Series before then, I'll believe it.
I mean, I think
I've been given no reason to believe or hope anymore.
I hope we end up being like the Patriots of last year and then this year, where we just get a head coach change, more development with Penix, and then because with this roster and talent around him, he doesn't have to be perfect or be Superman. Honestly, you
He
know
just has to be what Daniel Jones is to the Colts right now.
exactly.
Solid.
Yeah, but we're gonna end it with a game of higher and lower. We gotta end on a good note, so we are gonna be playing higher or lower, and it is passing touchdowns. So, do you think Troy Aikman has more passing touchdowns than Chris Miller?
Hmm.
Excuse me. I think so, but I don't know. He didn't throw the ball that much. He gave it to Emmett.
I'll go Miller.
We're retarded.
Nah,
We're
we are
retarded. We're
stupid.
retarded. We should have known
I wanted to
better.
be different. I wanted to be different.
We
All
will.
right.
I wanted to be different too. Get this ad out of here, bro. No free advertisement. But yeah, like, we always like to end it with a game. End it with a good a good fun here. What the?
You clicked the wrong thing.
I
I think it
clicked
was
the.
resume video.
Why would it be resume? It's an ad. Uh, here we go.
Okay.
Carson Palmer or Chris Chandler? Carson Palmer, right?
Absolutely Palmer. It has to be.
294K.
Yeah.
Now we move. So now it's Sonny Jurgensen or Carson Palmer.
I'm kind of out of my depth here with this guy.
He almost played. He played like what? Looks like he played 17 years, Jurgensen, but
But
I
that was a lot more of a running
yeah.
time. Running backs were going number one overall during that time. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Carson, all right, Doug Williams or now
Give me
Doug,
Doug.
he's he's a Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame. Wow.
Wow.
I guess he was I guess he wasn't the guy on that Super Bowl teams, I guess. That's crazy.
Interesting.
Only 100 and he's in the Hall of Fame? What? He's got
And people say Matt Ryan shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
how many rings does he have? A couple, you know. I think 3. Burt Jones or Jason Campbell. Oof. Yikes.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't know if this guy played a lot. 24. I don't even remember his name in the late
I'm
2000s.
just gonna go Burt Jones because I can't even remember who Jason Campbell is.
There we go. Good
Hmm.
move, Burt. Let's see how long we can get. You ever heard of this guy? Bobby Hebert,
Nope.
85 to 96.
This is what we need our dads on for.
This is what we need. Oh, that was on me. I made that decision.
Ah, one more round.
No, we've got 5 minutes left on the Zoom. We're gonna see how far we can go. Yeah, this is oh my god. The ad keeps getting longer and longer. Yeah, this is why we need our fathers on. Yeah, check out Georgia Sports with Georgia Boys, another podcast we do on the Red Rocket YouTube channel. Check out all the shows on JT Sports Network. The James or Torillo show is now out as well. Where you get all your sports stuff, all the faithfuls out as hockey's in the swing, baseball's over. But yeah, Falcons, we don't know what's going to happen when the season's over. We'll keep it up weekly. Steve Young or
Steve Young.
Dan Pastiorni? It's got to
Has to
be
be Steve Young.
K.
Okay.
We're learning today. We're learning. Eddie LeBaron
It's
over
got to be
Steve
Steve
Young.
Young.
There's no way. It's got to be Steve Young. K. Give us a good one there. Crazy Steve Young's in the Hall of Fame with only 232. I know had mad wet legs. Wade Wilson, not Deadpool, or Eddie LeBaron. 104 is so low. I have
He
to go.
played for so long. How do you play for like? Ah.
Gah! These ads. How do you play for so long and only throw that
Can we
many?
get this in like 2000s, or is this just all the 80s and 60s dudes who don't matter anymore?
I think it's just like all the NFL. I should there was no 2000s option, but that's what we need. We'd crush that.
Yeah, we'd crush that.
Yeah, but hopefully next week the Falcons pull it out. If not, that'll probably
Mm.
be the nuclear episode where we just go in. Cause
I might not even show up.
maybe do it alone. Mike Vick obviously over Roman Gabriel. Come on. Mike Vick only threw for 133 touchdowns? Are you kidding me?
And people say he's better than Matt Ryan.
I love him, obviously, before he started dogfighting. But like 14 years, he was that lectured and only threw 133. I guess the league is so different in our minds now
It's so air raid nowadays.
I think 30 touchdowns is like mediocre in my in
Yeah.
my in my mind, based off the past few years.
Depends. Like if you're on a team where like you have good people around you, if you can grudge up 25 to 30 TDs,
Yeah.
sure. But if the team is centered around you, it's on you.
I've only heard ever say Luckman come out of Mad Dog Russo's mouth. So I'm thinking Larry Bird. Are you, are dude Doug Flutie threw for what? Bro,
We
he's
have
not
no
a
ball knowledge past
we
2010
have no ball. I
or
know he's not a Hall
2010.
of Famer, but as we enter 2 minutes left on the Zoom, I mean, what is going on?
One more round and
One
we'll
more.
win.
This is great. Yeah, this is what we need our fathers on. But yeah, check out Georgia Sports with Georgia Boys. Every 2 weeks, brought on Parker's father, my uncle, Jim Reason. Good episode, fast and concise. Yeah, but hopefully the Falcons, man, they give us something to talk about because recently it's the same old, same old. But here we go. Rex Grossman or Cam Newton?
It has to be Scam Newton, right?
Has to be Cam Newton.
Okay. I'll
Is
go
this?
Scam Newton.
I gotta go scam. I feel like this is a trap. Okay, that's two. I think this is a record. It's gotta be Jay
Jay
Cutler.
Cutler.
He was slinging it. Okay, thank you. He was slinging it like crazy.
I love
Um,
that guy.
but Benny Friedman or Jay Cutler? There's no
Cutler.
way they were throwing 227 touchdown passes in 1927. Okay, as we
Okay.
enter a minute to go, got to be
Okay.
quick. Elvis Guback or he's got to throw more than 60.
It's got to be him.
Hey, we're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. Jim Everett or Jim Everett. I've
I'll go
heard his
Jim
name
Everett.
before. Okay, we're
Okay.
still cooking. We're cooking. Coming down to the wire here. Mark Rippon. Yeah, I don't think he threw that many. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he threw more.
You sold. You
I
sold.
did sell. I
And
did
six
sell.
six
Okay,
was a
well,
record, man.
we got less
Um,
than a minute anyway.
I've been Red Rocket. I've been joined by Parker. Another good episode. Hopefully next week Falcons come out and win. This has been Falcon Faithful. Peace.